All right, so for today's deep dive, we're going to unpack a pretty specific piece of AV hardware. It's the Aurora Multimedia DXE-CAT-TX2-4K HDbaset extender, specifically the transmitter.
Yeah, and this isn't just a product review. We're using this as a case study, really. It's a perfect example of how system integrators solve a huge fundamental problem.
Which is getting a perfect HDMI signal across, a massive distance without having to run expensive fiber everywhere.
Exactly. And right off the bat, if you're doing big commercial or government jobs, the specs tell a story. It's TAA compliant, which is critical for those contracts. It's made in the USA, tariff-free, and today it's priced around $550.
So this is clearly aimed at the pro market, but the magic here is really the technology itself. We're talking about HDbaset.
The protocol that lets you bundle all these high bandwidth signals onto just one standard C and CAD cable. But this is where the planning gets, well, strategic.
Yes.
Well, the source material shows this crucial trade-off you, as the system planner, have to make. If you need absolute maximum distance, say 600 feet, you can do it.
Okay.
But you need premium Cat 6A shielded cable, and you're capped at 1080p 60 Hz with 24-bit color depth.
Wait, so what if you need better color, deeper, richer visuals?
Then you can get a much deeper 48-bit color still at 1080p 60 Hz, but your reach, your maximum distance, drops to 330 feet.
Ah, so half the distance.
Half the distance. But you can use more common cable, like Cat 5e or 6.
So that choice, nearly a football field of extra reach versus much better color, that is a huge decision in a big install.
It is. And it brings us to a hard technical limit you have to know. No matter what cable you use, the absolute ceiling for this unit is 4K at 30 Hz. That's 340 megahertz.
Right. So it's prioritizing stable, long-distance transmission over, say, bleeding-edge 4K 60 Hz gaming frame rates.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've got the video specs sorted. But a signal is useless if you can't control the display at the other end. What else is it sending down that cable?
And that's where the integration just makes the job so much easier. It's sending bidirectional RS-232, IR, and LAN.
So you've got your legacy serial control, your basic remote control signal, and network data.
All of it. You've literally just eliminated 3 separate cable runs and boiled it all down to one.
And that thinking, that genius for cable management seems to extend to the physical design, too.
It really does. You know, when you're working at a packed equipment rack, the physical layout is everything. This unit's compact. Sure, it's about 4.7 by 3 inches. But the real win for installers is that Aurora put all the connectors on one side.
Oh, that's smart. The HDMI, control, power, everything.
Everything. Anyone who's tried to wire up a tight rack knows having everything on one face saves you an hour of busting your knuckles. It keeps the wiring perfectly clean.
But for me, the aha moment in the sources had to be that patent's pending power feature. Power is always the biggest headache in an install.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This system pretty much eliminates the wall wart scavenger hunt.
Right.
It's designed for amazing flexibility. It can be powered by HDbaset PoE or LAN PoE.
Which means?
It means both the transmitter and the receiver can be powered from either side of the connection.
So you don't need power outlets at both ends of the cable.
Exactly. If you have an outlet near the display, you can power the entire link, both units, from the receiver side. The transmitter side can be completely free of any power supply.
That's a game changer for field logistics. Total freedom in your power planning.
So when you boil it all down, what does this mean for you? This hardware is a great example of how a modern standard like HDbaset is built to prioritize distance, data integrity, and maybe most importantly, installation convenience, all at the same time. It's a workhorse.
That's a perfect summary, and it leaves me with one final thought for you to chew on. We know that the cable quality decides both your distance and your color depth. CCAT 6A gets you 600 feet at 24-bit color, while a cheaper CCAT 5E gets you 330 feet, but at a richer 48-bit color. So how much does that small cost difference between cable types really affect the long-term budget of a pro install, especially when you factor in labor? Is that visual fidelity worth giving up half your reach? Something to mull over.